when I'm learning a song. I read through that and then I write the notes on top of the words, the chord changes, yeah. So on the third verse, we'll go through it, whoever printed it out real quick.
Okay.
And yeah, and you can write it. Yeah, you can shorthand it too, Laura.
Okay. Yeah, I have a Post-it note that I've been using.
Oh, that works. That works. So on the third verse, above the word I bet in the beginning, it's going to be on the word bet. That's when we start playing the G.
Okay.
And then we're going to go to the third line. It says, but I know, right? On the word no, that's when we switch to the C.
The second word no after the comma?
The first one.
Okay, on that one. Okay.
But I know.
But
And then
and then that goes to G. Okay.
And then, yep, that's the C. And then go to the third line, all the way to the end on the word free. Above the word free, that's when we change back to the G.
Back to G, okay.
Then we're going to go to the fourth line of the third verse, and it says, but those people. So on the word people, you can write D7. That's when we switch to D7.
Okay.
And then at the end of that line, and that's what tortures me. On me is when we switch to G. And I forgot to write that down. That's tortures me. That's right. I'll write it down too. So we got that. So let me know. We should go to the fourth verse now. We're okay? Okay. So on the fourth verse now, on the first line, on the word freed, well, if they freed, that's when we're going to go to the G. Actually, we're already on the G by that time, but that's when the measure starts for you, for those who are kind of read notation. So that's when the first measure starts. And then we'll go down to the third line, the first word, far. That's when we're going to go to C. And then we'll go to the end of the third line, the word stay, the last word. That's when we go back to the G. And then we're going to go down to the fourth line, third word, let. That's when we're going to go to D7. And then the last word of that line, away, that's when we'll go back to the G. So this is what I do when I'm learning a song. I try to, if it's just the lyrics and there's no chords, I try to figure out, and you guys don't have to do this. You can start practicing to do this. This took me a little bit to start doing. But if you have a tutorial online and then you have that paper with you, that's when you can start writing when to change the chord. Because when you're learning a song, you guys are right. You'll get mixed up with the strumming and singing. It's easy to get lost. So it's good to have the chord so that even if you're a little bit lost, once you hit that word, you know, okay, I'm going to switch my chord right there. But no worries on that, because I still get lost when I'm learning a new song. It's practice makes permanence, right? That's my motto. So yeah, okay, we got the prep work done, and yeah, I'll play the song, maybe play the first verse, and then all the verses are the same after that. Okay, so here's a sample. Hear the train a-coming, it's rolling down the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck at Folsom prison and time keeps dragging. But that train keeps on rolling on down to San Antonio. That's it. So we'll go through it. We'll go through it slowly. The strum that I'm using, and you can use any strum, but I like to separate strums into different beats. So this is pretty much like a 4-beat song, 4-beat rhythm song. So the strum I'm using, if I'm counting, I use a down, is one beat, and then the other beat is down, up, and then you just keep repeating. So down, down, up, 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 down. That's pretty much it. So each beat, so one beat is going to be down, the second beat will be down, up, next beat down, repeat it again, and next beat down, up. So that's how I'm doing it. You can do it any pattern. The one in the video that you guys shared, that is okay too. Most important is whatever's easiest for you, and you're keeping within that kind of 4-beat pattern. You can just do downstrokes if you want for the whole song. I hear the train a coming, it's coming round the bend. If you want to, so whatever you're comfortable with. I know Laura said she already kind of practiced the way that they taught on the video, so stick to that as well. You can stick to that.
Cool. No, I'm following along. I'm actually keeping the mute on so I can practice while you're saying it.
Okay, awesome.
Is that cool? All right, cool. I like that. It's kind of cool.
Well, yeah,
because we were all in the same room. We couldn't do that. So I'm going to keep the mute on, and as you're talking, I'm like practicing what you're saying, which is awesome. Okay, cool.
That's good. And I would do that. Go ahead.
I'm staying muted as well. So do you want us all to stay muted and unmute?
Yeah, that's fine. And if there's questions, you can speak up or raise your hand. I think I can see. So yeah, this is informal, not so formal. Yeah, just us. But that's how I would do it. I mean, there's different ways to do it too. I guess we have, how long is this lesson, Jen? Maybe like an hour or so. I mean, it can be less than that, and then we can answer questions. I know it's late there, so.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's 6:15 here, so it doesn't however long they have questions. No more than an hour.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to keep it an hour or less.
Yeah, that's good. Like, let's keep it an hour. That way we honor your time as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta go, Mimi.
Questions? We have time. Okay, so that's one way I would do it. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. That's one way. Another is down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That way, this is make it a little bit easier when you're counting the 4 sections in sections of 4, because you'll know down is your first when you start, and you go down, up, down, up, down, up, and you start again, down. So I'm just showing that there's many ways you can group those down ups. Okay. Let's see. Any questions so far? I think you guys are pretty good. We can probably start going through the song already. Pretty slow, and then we'll speed it up. We'll try to go through the whole thing. I haven't mastered the whole song, so we'll just go with it, because some of the lyrics are staggered for some of the verses. But let's try. G, right? And then we're gonna start on here. That's when we start our strum. Okay. So the pickup, or there's a word I before we start. So it's I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck at Folsom prison, and time keeps dragging on. But the train keeps rolling on down to San Antonio. Good. And we're going to go to the second verse. Just keep strumming. When I was just be. My mama told me, son, always be a good boy. Don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. Good. And we're going to go to the third verse. I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. But I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep on moving, and that's what tortures me. Okay, now we're going to go to verse 4. Well, if they freed me from this prison. I think my timing is off, sorry. The train was mine. I bet I'd move on over a little farther down the line, far from Folsom prison. That's where I want to stay. Tonight with that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. And then we'll repeat that. And I let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. All right. And you can end it however you want to. I think the recording is different. He goes, blows my blues away. And he'll go, bam, 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 something like that. Right?
Cool.
But you can actually just repeat the end. Actually, just be fun with it. You can end it however you want to. That's the fun of ukulele. You don't have to do it exactly like the recording. You just end it as fun as you want to. So that was good. That was everyone following along. I know my timing got off a little bit just because of the lyrics. So see how you can see, like, okay, it'll take a little bit practicing, but as long as if you start to lose your time, start to just do downbeats until you find your time again. And then you can start with the up, down again. Oops. But that's it. I mean, that was good.
JJ.
Yeah. Questions so far?
So if you look at this sheet, it says first note. So can you talk a little bit about that? You see at the very top left, and it has the first note where I starts, right? That's
okay. Yeah.
so. What is
So
that
the first
note
note.
to the left?
Yeah. So that first note on I, it is a beat. I hear the train a coming. I think that's just telling your pitch. I hear a train a coming. I think that's it. So when you're first note, you're like, okay, what is my first note when you're performing? And it's the bottom string. I don't know if you can see. Okay, bottom string, second fret, 1, 2. So you can get that in your mind. I hear the train a coming. So I think that first note, it sounds to me, is helping you to get your pitch so that your pitch is on time. so that if you're performing it, you know, sometimes you don't know where your pitch is.
Thank you.
So, I hear the train a-coming. That does help. That's cool that they had that. I've never seen that in books yet. Usually I've done everything by ear. I've never had these books growing up, or I never read those books, or YouTube. I never had YouTube. There's a lot of rewinding from the CD or the tape. You just rewind and rewind and rewind until I got it. There's a lot of rewinding. Let's see. Is there any particular part you guys had questions on? I know there's some parts where the words, so even though the timing is going to be all concise with the music, the words sometimes can mess us up, right? Because he says a bunch of little words in a certain amount of time, and in other verses, before it goes into the third verse, there's like a pickup, which meaning there's several words before you actually start the verse or start the measure, so it's called. Like I got mixed up in verse 4. Actually, in verse 4, the first line, he's actually not supposed to. He doesn't pause in the lyrics. He keeps reading the lyrics straight. So in verse 4, if you go to the first line, it goes, well, if they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, it's continuous. As opposed to the first verse, I hear the train a-comin', pause. It's rolling round the bend, pause. And I ain't seen the sunshine, pause. And the first line of the fourth verse, I'll do it again. Well, if they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, there was no pause to that whole line. So you'll get that too. So what I would do with that when learning a song, I used to play at a luau. So when we learn new songs, I would actually just play it in my car when I'm driving. So I lived about 30 minutes away from where I worked, and I would just play the song over and over and again, because in some verses, some songs are different, or some verses are different for the song. Like the timing is different when they say the words. It's not all the same. So one strategy that I use, because I'm not good at memorizing, I'm pretty forgetful at times. That's why I have to keep on listening. So in the 30 minutes to work, I'd listen to the whole song. It's like a 3-minute song, so that's 10 times going to work, 10 times going back. So it helps me with knowing the song. So that's something I would suggest, kind of like a trick of the trade, not a trick of the trade, but just an experience that I've had when I'm learning a song, and when I'm having difficulty putting the strum with the song together, I just keep listening to the song until I can get the words down and the melody right in my head, until I know it. For example, all of you guys know, like, You Are My Sunshine or something, right? You can sing that without the ukulele, something like that. So a song that you really, really know well without the ukulele, that's how I try to do it when I'm learning a new song. I'm trying to know the melody and knowing how it sounds first. Then once I know how it sounds, I will go through the actual timing of the song, and then I'll just play it. And sometimes I separate them. I'll learn the strumming and the chords separately, and I'll do it with a play along, like on YouTube. It's so easy now to get on YouTube. I'll play along first, so I'd master, kind of, not say master, but I'll get to know it well, the words first, and then I'll separate and get to know well the strumming and the pattern first. And then once I do that, then I try to put them together. So that's kind of the easiest way for me. Sometimes I don't do that. I'll try to put them all together all at one time. Sometimes it works, but that's the easiest way that I think of that I can do it. Any questions so far? Any parts?
How are y'all doing on your transitions? Yeah, I know. Right now, I'm struggling from going to C back to G.
C back
So
to G.
like,
Okay.
yeah, I got the G to C, but going back, like my fingers don't want to like. So I know it's gonna be practice, but yeah.
Here's maybe a tip we can do. When you're playing your G, you guys are playing it like this, right? When you're playing your C, you can actually leave your middle finger there if you wanted to. It doesn't affect the C chord in any way. So at least your middle finger is already there to prepare yourself to go back to the G. So all you would have to do is keep your middle finger there, and you don't have to concentrate on it anymore. Just concentrate on the other two fingers. That's less fingers you have to concentrate on. And then you move your ring finger up one string, because it's already there. It's on the same fret. You just move it up one fret, one string, and then your first finger is the remainder on the third string, second fret. And what I like to do also, sometimes I hover. If I know I'm going to go back to the G, I'll hover my first finger over that string, because I know, hey, I'm going to go back to it in a little bit. So that's another, technique or tip you can do. Yeah. So practice those. Yeah, if it's your transitions that you're having trouble with, I just practice transitions without the song. I just go like, just your C to G. I'll just practice that and try to get a muscle memory first. And that's one, I guess, one tip in learning a song. A good one would try to know the chords first. Like, a good thing would be knowing the chords, and then if there's a new chord in there, you'd be like, okay, let's see how I can transition to those. It just takes 5 to 10 minutes a day sitting down, watching a commercial or something, watching a TV show. You don't even have to be playing. Like, you're not bothering anybody. You're just transitioning first. Yeah. Yeah, so I like to hover my fingers there just to get it ready.
Good tip. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question on anything, this song or any other ukulele, or something you're struggling with, transitions?
How many other songs can I play with these 3 chords?
Or you can
Now that I know them.
we can try. We can play about 60% of songs with 3 chords.
Yeah.
So you guys know like hundreds of songs already. You can try one. We can try one, and I'll call out the chords.
Okay.
So these are a family of chords. I like to call them family. It's in the key of G. So we'll start with G. So let's do that. You Are My Sunshine one, right? And we'll just do down strum. We don't have to be fancy. We'll just show that, man, we can play a lot of songs. And I'll call out the chords, okay? So G, we'll start with G. Okay, we'll do it slow. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. We're gonna go to C. You make me see happy when skies are. Then we go back to the G. Gray. You never. Back to the C. No, dear, how much I. Back to the G. Love you. Please don't take my. Now we'll go to the D7. Sunshine up. And then end it with a G. Wave. There you go. You already played 2 songs. Is that speed okay? That speed was okay?
That was awesome. Wait, I got to write that down.
Also, so this is one thing, I guess, another tip. If you want to play the song right away and you don't want to learn a strumming, just play downstrokes. So you actually just don't have to concentrate on the strumming, but you're actually singing and you're playing already. So you just do downstrokes, and then on the notation, when you see the chord is going to change, then you're ready to change it, and you're just doing downstrokes. You don't have to do anything fancy. You're just learning the song, and you're already playing it. Like right now, you already played it. We didn't even practice it. You already played it. That's awesome. Jenny said something in the chat. Let's see. Okay. She did something private. What I wanted to do is later on, we can take like a screenshot, and then I was wondering if I have your permission if I can share it on my Instagram or page. Yeah, that's what Jenny told me. She's kind of my manager. Cool, huh?
Yeah, we're recording too, so I can send you a copy of the recording.
Oh yeah, that'll be cool.
Gipper can use it for something else.
Yeah, so I can see how I'm doing. It's like acting, I guess, right? They have to record themselves and look at themselves in the mirror. But yes, that's a good tip. I think that's a pretty good tip about just doing the downstrokes and singing the song first too, so you can get a timing. Let's see, what else can we do with this with these chords? There's a lot. I just can't think. A lot of simple songs. Or
AJ, I know that we had selected this song, right? So I mean, can we just do another run through, maybe with a little tempo of the song? I don't know, Laura, if you're
a little bit.
Yeah,
What?
let's do it.
But
I want to do it again. Yeah, I want to do Folsom Prison Blues for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you saying? You said a little bit. Do it again with a little bit
Faster tempo.
faster
Yeah.
tempo. Okay, yeah.
Y'all wanna try it up to speed?
Totally. What is the typical tempo on this? Is like 100 and something?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It is pretty fast.
It's a pretty
but yeah,
fast
I
song.
think. What is the general? I've seen a lot of 101.
I think it's supposed to sound like a train, so
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
have that train vibe.
And then his voice is kind of supposed to be the walking bass, I think, because they didn't have a bass.
Yeah.
He only had a 3-piece, right, back then.
Yeah. I watched the video.
Yeah.
They were actually in the prison when they did this song.
Yeah, totally.
Let's try that. 1, 2, down, down. Again, if you get lost, you just do downstrokes until you catch up. I hear a train coming, it's rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, but I'm stuck at Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging. But that train keeps rolling all down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars, but I know I had it coming. I know I just can't be free. But those people keep on moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move on over a little farther down the line, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I want to stay. And I let the lonesome whistle blow my blues away. And we're gonna repeat that part. And I let the lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Yeah, how was that? Was that a good speed?
It was a good speed, and I totally got lost. And so, like, I don't know. It's the part where they're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars somewhere right there. I totally got lost.
Yeah, I got. I don't know how he sings it exactly. They're probably drinking coffee.
I think
Big cigars.
I think they're drinking coffee and they're smoking big cigars or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
that's right. That's the second line.
Yeah.
I bet there's rich folk eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. There's nothing had it coming. I know I can't be free. I think that's how he said it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes I'm pausing and I'm trying to catch up because I'm doing it the same way from the previous verse.
I was listening to him before I practiced so that I can kind of hear his, like, where his inflection is, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's how I knew. I was trying to listen on the fourth verse when he runs through the whole line. He doesn't pause on the first line. And that's the one I noticed too. So yeah, it's going to be different for each verse depending how the artist sings it, right?
Right.
So that's why we'll listen to it over and over. And then if you want to start playing it right away, just downstrokes. It's a little bit easier, kind of. Okay. I'm going to repeat that last one on the fourth verse. And I let the lonesome whistle blow my blues away.
I'm struggling with my transition from D7 back to G.
So D7 back to G. Let's try to. So with G7, let me show you easier G what you can do too. It's a G6. So what you can also do is with your ring finger on your G, you can, if you wanted to, you can remove it. And it sounds like a train. Choo-choo. Like a choo-choo train. So when you go to your D7, all you got to do is those two fingers, just put them up one string each. And that's it. That's an easy way to transition to those. Yeah. If you think of it without your ring finger, or you can hover your ring finger there, like how we're doing with the C and G. You can hover your ring finger there while you're playing the D7. That you just have to move your two fingers back down. Either way is fine, but I like this way too. When you're just transitioning to the G and the D7, you're just moving up and down the strings.
So you're using your index finger for the D7 instead of the middle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier to transition.
Okay. Got it.
So that your ring finger or your middle finger doesn't have to travel so far. How are you doing your D7 earlier? That way? Yeah, so your middle finger is traveling pretty far. It's going all the way from the bottom string to the top string. Yeah, so that way your first finger, you can kind of stay in the same position as you were in the G. Hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. Yeah? Hey, perfect. Good. Any questions so far? Pretty good.
Nothing here. Y'all good?
Yeah,
I think it's good.
Awesome.
very helpful.
I can do one more tip.
Feeling way more confident.
Yay.
Yeah. That's all. That's what it's about. I'll tell you one more thing because it's a blues song. Just gives it a little bit of flavor. Instead of doing a C later on, what you can do a C7 instead. Yeah. So it'll sound a little bit more bluesy. That's the bottom string first fret.
What's
You
the
can hear-
fingering on that? First fret?
Yeah, first fret, bottom string,
That's a D. That's a, what did you say? A D7?
D7, Charlie 7. Yeah, instead of on the notation it says a C, right?
Uh-huh.
Instead of playing that C, you can play a C7.
Okay.
It's a little more bluesy feel, and you'll hear it once you start doing it.
So JJ, can we do the same for the G and use the G7?
So for the G,
Or is that too twangy, like too bluesy?
a little bit too twangy.
What's a G7? Just out of curiosity.
So G7 is your fingers will be inverted. So the these two finger. Let's just do it one by one. So ring finger, bottom string, second fret,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll put your first finger, next string up, first fret, and then we'll put your middle finger, next string up, second fret.
Oh.
So it's kind of inverted, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Should I-
And we do it again? Yeah, we can do it again. Yeah, like that, like that.
I hear it, JJ, you're right.
That sounds much better. So quick question, what's an easy transition from the C7 to the G?
The G, I'd probably do a slide with your middle finger.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so slide. Yeah. That's a fun way too when you're playing new songs. Try to figure out easy transitions between the chords. You can use whatever finger you want to. I know the book says, certain fingers, but once you know the certain fingering, you can change it up. Feel free to make it easy as you can for yourself, because you want it to be fun, Yeah, C7 works. But that's a pretty cool tip when you're playing kind of blues. They do a lot.
I like it better. I like the C7 better.
It
Yeah,
makes
Yeah.
me
it
sound
sounds
really
much better.
good. Like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's like a secret kind of like, oh, this is real bluesy,
It's a
right?
secret sauce note.
So yeah.
Until they find out I only know one song. Oh, wait, 2 songs. You Are My Sunshine.
Hey, you're gonna get there.
Same chords too. There's a lot of songs. Maybe another time we can kind of see what other songs we can play with that. You guys know the song "Stir It Up" by Bob Marley? Little darling, stir it up.
I do know that. I know. I've heard of it. Yes, I know it, but I've
can do
never played it before.
You can do those, or La Bamba.
Mama.
You can do it with these 3 chords.
Yes. Show me that one. I want to impress my family.
So G, 1, 2.
Oh, you're showing us right now? I meant later.
Yeah. 1, 2 on the C. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the D. Okay, so I think it's G twice, 2 downstrokes. Dun, C, 2 downstrokes. Dun, dun, and then D is 4. Dun, 2, 3, 4, and you start all over. That's the whole song. That's it. So G, 2, 1, 2, C, 1, 2, D, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, G, 1, 2, C, 1, 2, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. La, 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 ba, ba. I don't know the words. My girlfriend's gonna make fun of me because she's Mexican.
No, I'm singing the words and I'm laughing. So, but next week with the Hawaiian song, you'll be laughing at us. So. I was learning, JJ.
La, si, la, bamba, 2, 3, 4, G. La, si, la, G, D, bamba. Sorry, 2, 3, 4, G. La, si, la, D, bamba. 3, G, La, C, La, D, bum, ba, 2, 3, 4, end it with a G. That's it. 3 songs. You did 3 songs, 3 chords. No extra.
That sounds like your new thing. 3 songs, 3 chords.
I was learning
That was pretty
one.
awesome, JJ. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was,
And when you build your repertoire, when you start learning other songs, you're gonna find out.
Now I'm gonna practice those 3 songs.
Yeah, practice those 3. Practice those 3. Practice
Totally. That was pretty awesome.
And I guess that's it. I mean, I guess to end, I can show you how I would play this song, this blues song, with a little bit other techniques that I've learned along the way, like how I would interpret the song.
Totally.
Let's see.
Love it.
So I'm gonna mute. I hear a train a-coming, it's rolling down the bend. Seeing the sunshine since I don't know when. Then oh, I'm lost. Dragging on, but that train keeps on rolling down the San Antonio. I was just a baby. My mama told me, son, always be a good boy. Don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. I bet there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. But I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep on moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they free me from this prison, if their railroad train was mine, then I'd be moving over a little farther down the line, far, far from Folsom prison. That's where